The text came through at 2:47 a.m. Tokyo time. "We're cutting you loose. Your company card is canceled. Figure out how to get home yourself, loser." I stared at my phone in the hotel room, still wearing yesterday's clothes because I'd worked through the night finalizing the Sakamoto Corporation deal. 15 hours of negotiations, 3 different translators, a partnership worth $42 million that would save the company from bankruptcy. I typed back with steady fingers. "Thank you for letting me know." That was it. No anger, no pleading, just 6 words. Because Tyler Henderson, the CEO's nephew, who'd been appointed COO 3 months ago, had no idea what he'd just done. I'd spent 6 years building the international division from nothing. Every contact in Asia Pacific went through me. Every contract bore my signature as the authorized representative. And more importantly, every single licensing agreement for our proprietary software in 14 countries was registered under my name as the technical owner, as per the foreign investment laws that Tyler had never bothered to read. The Sakamoto deal was supposed to close in 9 hours. I took a shower, packed my bag, had breakfast at the hotel restaurant while watching the sunrise over Tokyo Bay. My phone buzzed constantly, the company card declining at the hotel. Emails from the Tokyo office asking about the signing ceremony. Messages from Sakamoto's legal team confirming the morning meeting. I answered none of them. At 8:00 a.m., I received a call from Robert Chen, our company's founder and actual CEO. Tyler's uncle. The man who'd built the company from his garage 20 years ago before a stroke forced him to step back. "Sarah, Tyler said you resigned. Is this true?" Tyler fired me via text at 2:47 a.m. while I was abroad on company business. He canceled my corporate card while I was still in Japan. Silence on the other end. Long, heavy silence. "The Sakamoto meeting is in 1 hour. I'm aware. Sarah, please. Whatever Tyler did, we can fix this. The company needs this deal. We have 68 employees depending on this contract. Without it, we'll have to declare bankruptcy by the end of the quarter." I watched people hurry past on the street below. Salarymen in identical dark suits, students in school uniforms, everyone rushing somewhere important. "Robert, I have immense respect for you. You gave me my first real opportunity out of graduate school. But I'm no longer employed by Henderson Technologies. Tyler made that very clear. I'll fire him. I'll make him apologize. Name your price." "It's not about price. It's about the fact that your nephew called me a loser while I was working around the clock to save his inheritance." Robert's breathing had gone ragged. "The licensing agreements. Oh God, Sarah. The licensing agreements are all under your name, as required by Japanese foreign investment law, and Korean law, and Taiwanese law, and Singapore law. 14 countries in total. You wanted someone who understood international regulatory compliance. I delivered. If you're not an employee, if you're not authorized to act on behalf of the company, then every single contract becomes void. Every licensing agreement becomes unenforceable. Every partnership has a 30-day termination clause that activates upon change of authorized representative status." I could hear him stand up, hear something crash, possibly a coffee mug hitting the floor. "Sarah, please. I'm begging you. Those agreements represent 93% of our international revenue." "I understand the situation, Robert. I built that division. I know exactly what it represents. What do you want?" "I want to finish my breakfast. Then I'm going to check out of this hotel using my personal credit card, since Tyler canceled the company card. Then I'm going home. The Sakamoto people. They're expecting us at 9. They have their entire board there. Their CEO flew in from Osaka for this signing." I checked my watch. "You have 45 minutes. To do what?" "To figure out how to handle the situation Tyler created." I hung up. My phone immediately exploded. 17 calls in 3 minutes. I turned it off and finished my coffee. The hotel lobby was peaceful. I checked out without incident, charged the 3-night stay to my personal card. $4,000. The minibar alone was $200 because Tyler's brilliance had stranded me without access to reasonable dinner options. I was in the taxi heading to Narita Airport when I finally turned my phone back on. 63 missed calls, 47 text messages. The most recent was from Jennifer Park, the company's corporate attorney. "Sarah, please call me immediately. Do not speak to anyone else. This is urgent." I called her. "Thank God. Sarah, where are you?" "On my way to the airport." "I need you to listen very carefully. Tyler sent that termination text without authorization. Robert never approved it. Tyler doesn't actually have the authority to fire division heads. That requires board approval per the corporate bylaws." "Interesting." "More than interesting. It means you're still legally employed. The termination is void." Then Tyler should have read the employee handbook before he texted me at 2:47 a.m. calling me a loser. Jennifer's voice dropped. "He called you what?" "Check the text logs. I'm sure you have access." I heard typing, then a long, creative string of profanity that I'd never heard from Jennifer before. "Sarah, I'm looking at the Sakamoto contract right now. The signing is in 20 minutes. If you're not there, if you don't sign as the authorized representative, the deal dies. And I just got off the phone with their legal team. They have a clause that if we fail to execute by the scheduled time, they can pursue us for the costs of their preparation. That's $3.2 million in penalties. That seems high for preparation costs. It includes the opportunity cost calculations for their board members' time, the technical review team they assembled, the market analysis they commissioned. It's all in Section 47, subsection D. We agreed to it because we never imagined we'd miss the signing." The taxi merged onto the expressway. Tokyo's sprawl stretched endlessly in every direction. "Sarah, please. I know Tyler is an incompetent nepotism hire. I know he's made your life hell for 3 months. But 68 people didn't do anything wrong. The engineers in the development team, the support staff, the other division heads, they're all going to lose their jobs because Tyler had a power trip." "Where is Tyler now?" "In Robert's office, with the entire board. They've been there for 30 minutes. "Put me on speaker." A click, then voices in the background. Robert's voice, strained and desperate. "Sarah? I'm here. Please, tell me what you need. Anything. Put Tyler on." Rustling sounds. Then Tyler's voice, trying to sound confident and failing. "Look, Sarah, I may have been hasty. We can discuss reinstatement terms." "No. No? I don't want to discuss terms with you. I want you to repeat what you texted me, out loud, in front of the board." Silence. "Sarah, that's not productive," Jennifer said carefully. "Put Tyler on speaker or I hang up and get on my plane." More silence. Then Tyler's voice, smaller now. "I said we were cutting you loose and that you should figure out how to get home yourself." "And what else?" His voice barely a whisper. "I called you a loser. While I was in Tokyo at 2:47 in the morning, working on a deal worth $42 million that would save the company you're about to inherit. That's what you called me." I could hear breathing. Multiple people breathing. No one speaking. "I have a proposal," I said. "Robert, are you there?" "I'm here. I'll sign the Sakamoto deal. I'll maintain all existing licensing agreements. I'll stay on for 30 days to transition everything properly." "Thank you, Sarah. Thank you so much. Whatever you need." "I need Tyler's written resignation, effective immediately, and I need it submitted before I walk into the Sakamoto meeting." The explosion of voices was instantaneous. Tyler shouting. Someone else, probably his mother who sat on the board, screaming about family loyalty. Robert trying to restore order. "You can't do this," Tyler's voice cut through. "I'm family. You're just some employee. I'm the employee who built a $40 million division while you were taking selfies for LinkedIn and talking about synergy. I'm the employee who spent 6 years learning Japanese and Korean and Mandarin so I could negotiate deals in our partners' native languages. I'm the employee who holds the legal authority for every single international contract this company has. Robert, you can't let her blackmail us like this. Robert's voice, when it came, was cold. Tyler, you fired her via text message at 2:47 in the morning while she was abroad on company business. You canceled her corporate card, stranding her in a foreign country. You called her a loser. You did all of this without board authorization, without proper termination procedures, and without apparently understanding that she holds the keys to 93% of our international revenue. And you did it because you were angry that she corrected you in a meeting yesterday about the difference between Tokyo and Beijing time zones. That's not, I was just, the Sakamoto meeting starts in 11 minutes. Sarah is the only authorized signatory. Without her, we lose the deal, we pay $3.2 million in penalties, and we declare bankruptcy. Every person in this company loses their job, including you. I checked my watch. 10 minutes now. Sarah, Robert said. If Tyler resigns, will you sign? Yes. Tyler, write your resignation. Now. You can't be serious. She's bluffing. She wouldn't actually let the company fail. She built this division from nothing, Robert said quietly. She's been here 6 years. You've been here 3 months. In that time, you've alienated 4 department heads, cost us 2 major clients with your incompetence, and now you've fired the one person holding our international operations together. You're right that she wouldn't let the company fail, but she will absolutely let you fail. This is insane. I'm your nephew, and she's the reason we have a company for you to inherit. Right? The resignation? I heard paper rustling, pen scratching, heavy breathing. It's done, Robert said. Jennifer's scanning it now. You'll have it in your email in 30 seconds. My phone buzzed. I opened the attachment. Tyler Henderson's resignation, effective immediately, signed and dated. Driver, I said in Japanese. Change of plans. We're going to the Marunouchi building. The driver nodded and took the next exit. I'm 10 minutes away, I told Robert. Have someone meet me in the lobby with the contract documents. And Robert, get Tyler out of that office before I arrive. I don't want to see his face. I hung up. The taxi pulled up to the Marunouchi building at 8:57 a.m. Jennifer was waiting in the lobby with a leather portfolio and 2 other staff members I recognized from legal and finance. You're incredible, Jennifer said, handing me the documents. Terrifying, but incredible. I'm unemployed in 30 days, and I just spent $4,000 of my own money on a hotel stay. I'm practical. We took the elevator to the 43rd floor. The Sakamoto Corporation's reception area was all glass and steel, with a view of Tokyo that probably cost more per square foot than my annual salary. The receptionist recognized me immediately. Chen-san, they are waiting. The conference room held 12 people. The Sakamoto CEO, Hiroshi Sakamoto, sat at the head of the table with his entire executive team. They all stood when I entered. Chen-san, Sakamoto said in perfect English. We were concerned. It is not like you to be late. My apologies, Sakamoto-san. There was an unexpected personnel matter that required immediate attention. I hope everything is resolved. Yes, completely resolved. We sat. The contracts were already laid out. 3 copies, 1 in English, 1 in Japanese, 1 in dual language for the official record. I reviewed every page, every clause, every addendum. Jennifer and the legal team sat beside me, but this was my deal, my negotiations, my language skills that had convinced Sakamoto's team that we understood their business culture and respected their requirements. At 9:47 a.m., I signed all 3 copies. Sakamoto signed. We exchanged bows, shook hands. His team broke into smiles. This is a good partnership, Sakamoto said. Henderson Technologies is fortunate to have you, Chen-san. Thank you, Sakamoto-san. We had tea, discussed implementation timelines, scheduled follow-up meetings, everything proper and professional, and exactly how international business should be conducted. At 11:30 a.m., I left the building. My phone had 37 new messages. The first was from Robert. The board would like to speak with you about a new position. COO, full equity package. Name your salary. Please call me. The second was from Jennifer. You have made an enemy of Tyler's mother. She's threatening to sue. I told her to go ahead and try. This is the most fun I've had in years. The third was from Marcus Webb, the CTO. I heard what happened. Tyler has been making all of our lives hell. Thank you for getting rid of him. Drinks on me when you're back. I scrolled through the rest. Congratulations. Thank you messages. Relief from people who'd been suffering under Tyler's incompetent management. Nothing from Tyler. I took a taxi back to Narita, checked in for my flight, sat in the airport lounge, and finally let myself feel the exhaustion. My phone rang. Robert again. Sarah, please tell me you'll at least consider the COO position. I'll consider it. The board is unanimous. Tyler's mother abstained, but everyone else voted immediately. We want you in leadership. We should have promoted you years ago. You should have fired Tyler 3 months ago when he told the development team that they were working too Asian and needed to think more American. Robert groaned. He said that? In the all-hands meeting, while we had clients visiting from Seoul. Why didn't anyone tell me? Because he's your nephew, and we all assumed you'd protect him over us. Long silence on Robert's end. I built this company, he said finally. 20 years. From my garage to 800 employees across 14 countries. And I nearly lost it all because I let family loyalty blind me to incompetence. Yes. The COO position comes with a seat on the board, 10% equity, full voting rights, and Tyler is never allowed in the building again without your explicit approval. I want it in writing. Jennifer's already drafting the contract. And I want the international division split off into its own subsidiary. Separate corporate structure, with me as CEO of that entity. I could hear Robert breathing, thinking. That's actually brilliant, he said slowly. It protects the licensing agreements, gives us better tax advantages in the Asian markets, and it means if Tyler's mother tries any revenge tactics, she can't touch the international operations. Exactly. You've been planning this. I've been planning for Tyler to do something catastrophically stupid since the day he was hired. I just didn't expect it to be via text message at 2:47 in the morning. Robert laughed. It sounded exhausted and relieved, and slightly hysterical. Anything else? He asked. Yes. I want a formal apology from Tyler. Written, acknowledging what he did and why it was wrong, and I want it published in the company newsletter. He'll never agree to that. Then he doesn't get his severance package. I assume he's negotiating one? Silence. Then, his mother is demanding 6 months' salary and benefits. For 3 months of work where he nearly destroyed the company? Counter with nothing. If he wants anything, he writes the apology. Sarah, you're terrifying. I'm thorough. There's a difference. My flight was called. I stood and gathered my bag. I need to board. Send me the contract terms. I'll review them on the plane and respond within 72 hours. Thank you, Sarah, for everything, for not letting us fail. I didn't do it for you, Robert. I did it for the 68 people who actually work hard and don't call their colleagues losers via text message. I hung up and boarded the plane. 14 hours later, I landed in San Francisco, cleared customs, took a rideshare home to my apartment in the Mission. My personal email had 3 new messages. One from Sakamoto's assistant, confirming our follow-up meeting schedule and thanking me for the smooth signing ceremony. One from Jennifer, with the draft contract for the COO position and the new subsidiary structure. The salary was double what I'd been making. The equity package was worth potentially millions if the company continued growing. And one from Tyler. The subject line read, "Apology." I opened it. "Sarah, I was wrong. I let power go to my head. I didn't understand what you did for the company or how hard you worked. I was jealous of your competence and threatened by your expertise. I called you a loser because I felt like one compared to you. I'm sorry. This apology is being published in the company newsletter as you requested. I hope someday you can forgive me, though I don't deserve it. Tyler." It was probably written by his lawyer, maybe by his mother, but it was there, in writing, on record. I forwarded it to Jennifer with a note. "Release his severance. 3 months' salary only. No benefits." Then I closed my laptop and slept for 16 hours straight. When I woke up, my phone had a text from Robert. "Board meeting is next Tuesday. We'd like you to present your vision for the international subsidiary. Also, Tyler's mother resigned from the board this morning. Apparently having her son's incompetence published company-wide was too embarrassing. We're better off without her." I smiled and typed back, "See you Tuesday." The company newsletter came out that Friday. Tyler's apology was on page 2, right after the announcement of my promotion to COO and the creation of the new international subsidiary, Henderson Global Technologies, with me as founding CEO. My inbox exploded with congratulations from colleagues, partners, clients, even people from other companies who'd heard about what happened. One message stood out, from Hiroshi Sakamoto himself. "Chen-san, I heard about your recent difficulties and your new position. Congratulations. This is why I wanted to work with Henderson Technologies. Not because of the technology, but because of leaders like you who handle adversity with grace and competence. I look forward to our continued partnership. Perhaps when you are next in Tokyo, you will allow me to take you to dinner. There is a restaurant in Ginza that I think you would appreciate. Sakamoto." I read it 3 times. Then I replied, "Sakamoto-san, I would be honored. I will be in Tokyo next month for our implementation kickoff. Please send me the details. And thank you for your confidence in our partnership. Chen." Tuesday's board meeting was everything I'd hoped for. Professional. Focused. No Tyler making inappropriate comments or questioning every decision. I presented my vision for Henderson Global Technologies. Expansion into 3 new markets. Strategic partnerships with manufacturers who needed our software. A training program to develop more international specialists. The board approved everything unanimously. Afterward, Robert pulled me aside. "I should have done this years ago," he said. "Promoted you, given you real authority, trusted your judgment over family politics. Yes, you should have. I'm sorry it took Tyler's catastrophic failure to make it happen." "I'm not," I said. "If he hadn't fired me, I wouldn't have leverage to demand the subsidiary structure. Sometimes the worst moments create the best opportunities." Robert smiled. "That's why you're CEO now, and Tyler is unemployed." "No," I corrected. "Tyler is unemployed because he texted me at 2:47 a.m. calling me a loser while I was closing a $42 million deal. I'm CEO because I spent 6 years building something valuable and irreplaceable. There's a difference." He nodded slowly. "There is, and I won't forget it again." 3 months later, Henderson Global Technologies closed 2 more major partnerships. Revenue was up 47%. We'd hired 12 new employees. Tyler had found a job at his mother's friend's company. Some middle management position where his incompetence could be safely contained. I was in Tokyo for the implementation review when Sakamoto took me to that restaurant in Ginza. It was small, exclusive, the kind of place where reservations were made months in advance. "This is my favorite place in Tokyo," he said as we sat down. "Not many people know about it. Only those who appreciate quality and patience." "Like our partnership," I said. He smiled. "Exactly like our partnership. Chen-san, I must tell you something. When we first began negotiations, I was not certain about Henderson Technologies. The technology was good, but many companies have good technology. What convinced me was you. Thank you, Sakamoto-san. You understood our culture. You learned our language. You took time to know our business needs, not just sell us your product. And when there was a crisis, when that foolish young man tried to destroy everything, you handled it with perfect composure. That is the kind of partner we want. The food arrived. Kaiseki, multiple courses, each one a work of art. I heard the company made you CEO of the international division, Sakamoto said. This is good. You have earned it. I had help. From partners like you who believed in the work, not just the product. We ate in comfortable silence. Professional respect that had grown into genuine friendship. My phone buzzed. A text from Jennifer. Tyler's mother is trying to sue for wrongful termination of her son. Her lawyer laughed at her and quit. Thought you'd enjoy knowing. I smiled and put my phone away. Good news? Sakamoto asked. Just confirmation that some problems solve themselves. He raised his sake cup. To problems that solve themselves, and to partnerships built on respect and competence. I raised my cup. To never settling for mediocrity. We drank. Outside, Tokyo glowed in the night. Millions of lights. Millions of people working hard, building things, creating value. Somewhere back in San Francisco, Tyler was probably complaining to anyone who would listen about how unfair life was. How his evil colleague had destroyed his career. How family loyalty should have protected him. But here, in this restaurant, with this partnership, with this company I'd built from nothing, I knew the truth. Competence always wins. Eventually. Sometimes it just takes a catastrophically stupid text message at 2:47 a.m. to prove it.